Good evening and welcome to North NP-Mansfield High School's gymnasium for tonight's NTL Large School Varsity Girls Basketball game between the visiting Wellsboro Hornets and the Mansfield Lady Tigers. Tonight will be the second and final regular season meeting between the Hornets and Tigers. Wellsboro enters tonight's contest on a one-game losing streak, while the Lady Tigers look to build on their two-game win streak. I'm Jim Farrell, and I'll be on the call tonight for Blue Ridge Communications and North NP-Mansfield High School's live stream. As always, thank you to Jason Fletcher for manning the video production system and Blue Ridge Communications for helping to make this season's broadcast possible. And thank you to you, the viewers, whether on Blue Ridge Communication Channel 13 or the school's live stream. It's great to have you with us again tonight. Tonight's game is coming to you earlier than normal as the order of games has been flipped due to some roster issues for Wellsboro. The varsity game will be played first tonight. Now, athletes often become creatures of habit, especially as the season goes on, so it'll be interesting to see how the Mansfield girls respond to the break from the usual routine of the varsity game following the JV contest. Wellsboro enters tonight's contest with an overall record of 5 wins and 9 losses, and NTL records of 2 wins and 9 losses overall, and 0-5 in the large school division. Now, the Hornets have dropped 5 of their last 6 games, so they're eager to try and get another sort of streak going here. Wellsboro finds themselves sitting in 11th place in the AAA District 4 playoff standings, desperately clinging to their playoff lives. A win tonight would certainly help the Hornets' playoff chances, but win or lose, they're likely going to need some help to get in. In their last outing on Monday night, the Hornets hosted NTL small school foe Canton, who sits in 2nd place in the small school division. Wellsboro fell behind early and never fully recovered as they fell to the Warriors 48-35. The Hornets only managed 13 points in the second half as their offense really stalled out. Wellsboro is led by head coach Maureen Poirier, who was in her second stint leading the Hornets after a couple seasons away from the program, and the past 2 seasons as the program's JV coach. Coach Poirier had a very competitive program in her first tour as head coach, qualifying for the playoffs and winning an NTL Showdown title along the way. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Coach Poirier was an outstanding basketball player in her own right during her high school days at Galton High School. So she certainly knows how to play the game at a high level and win, so this team should be in good hands as she works to rebuild the program. Now, Wellsboro missed the postseason last season, but returns 4 of the 5 starters from a team that only graduated 1 basketball player. Now, Wellsboro has been led by seniors Chloe Brandenburg at 16 points a night, Paige Logston at 10 points per game, and freshman Tegan Novinger at 7 points per game. Now, both Brandenburg and Logston are 4-year varsity starters, with Brandenburg currently leading the league in made threes and Logston leading in total rebounds. Now, Wellsboro dropped the first game to the Lady Tigers at home 39-32 on January 3rd. So you can expect the Hornets to come out focused and eager to try and flip the script on the Lady Tigers in this rivalry matchup. Now, North Penn-Mansfield enters tonight's game with a record of 7 wins and 10 losses, sits at 5-6 overall in NTO play, and 1-4 in the large school division. The Lady Tigers find themselves in 10th place in the AAA District 4 standings. The postseason is still a possibility, but they have to come away with a win tonight to have a realistic shot to accomplish that goal, and will still need some help in the form of some losses by South Williamsport and Line Mountain, as both sit in front of the Lady Tigers in the standings. Now, the Lady Tigers picked up their 2nd straight win this past Monday night when they defeated the visiting Williamson Warriors 43-37. In a game of runs, the Lady Tigers did enough down the stretch to have the last run and pull out the win. A good delay game and clutch foul shooting sealed the victory for the Tigers. Now, sophomore Claire Dominic led the Lady Tigers offense with 16 points, while freshman Maddie McNamara added 12, and junior Cameron Leitner, while she only scored 7 points, hauled down 18 rebounds to aid the cause. So a side note here, Cam is about 8 rebounds away from 500 in her career. So outstanding milestone we'll try and keep track of this evening. And talking with Coach Derek McLean prior to this evening's game, he talked about how it can be difficult to beat a team twice in the same season, and how he looks for his team to come in focused on the things they do well and commit to winning the 5 matchups on the floor. Offensively, Coach McLean is looking for his team to improve their ability to finish at the rim and control the pace of play. They need to focus on making the good play over trying to make the great play. Defensively, Coach McLean is looking at all 5 players on the floor to win those individual matchups. He acknowledged that Brandenburg and Logston are good players, but again focused on his team's need to handle their individual stations on the floor and not get caught up on what those two can do. Now, last time out, the Lady Tigers held the Hornet duo under their averages and forced the ball in the hands of others and forced others to try and make plays to win. With that said, look for the Lady Tigers to play Brandenburg toes to the line to contest any threes and get a body on Logston in the paint. For a young team like North Penn Mansfield, offensively, it really kind of comes down to executing the fundamentals, taking care of the little things. Not dribbling into defenders, dribbling with a purpose, being aware of passing angles, those distances those passes have to travel. Again, finishing with your eyes at the rim. And defensively, of course, as Coach McLean said, winning those individual matchups and getting bodies on people. Now, this is the second of 3 consecutive home games for the Lady Tigers as they host Troy on Saturday. Now, following the Troy game, the Lady Tigers will head out on the road for their final 3 regular season games. All tough NTL contests at Athens, Wyalusing, and Towanda. Elsewhere across the league this evening, Northeast Bradford is at North Penn Liberty. Athens is traveling to Towanda. Wyalusing is at Troy. CV is at Canton, and Williamson is at Sayre. Now, for the playoffs, you need to be 500 or finish in the top 8. If you're outside the top 8 and under 500, if there's a team behind you that is 500 or better, you're in. So if the playoff standings as they stand right now for the AAA, Loyal Sox on top, followed by Hughesville, Troy, Wyalusing in 4, Towanda, Mount Carmel, Bloomsburg, and then South Williamsport at 9 and 7 is the 8. Line Mountain at 7 and 9 is in 9, and then Mansfield sitting at 10. Wellsboro on the outside at 5 and 9. So there's some work to do. We'll pause here for the national anthem. All right. Our friends at the Mansfield Pizza Hut continuing to run their promo. 20% off dine-in and carry-out orders anytime the Lady Tigers win at home. Just mention that you caught the game in person or online when you place that order.
And now your North Penn Mansfield Lady Tigers. Starting number 1, Claire Dominic. Number 2, Maddie McNamara. Number 4, Elena Shaw.
All right.
Number 12, Cameron Leitner.
For Wellsboro, they will run out freshman Addie France, number 13. Another freshman, number 34, Tegan Novinger. A junior, number 14, Lily Wagner. And their senior duo, number 33, Paige Logsden, and number 3, Chloe Brandenburg. For the North Penn Lady Tigers, it's familiar starting 5, junior Cameron Leitner, freshman Maddie McNamara, sophomores Elena Shaw and Claire Dominic, and the lone senior in the starting lineup, Reagan Watkins. A veteran crew of officials on tonight's game, Mr. Valentine, Mr. Dowd, and Mr. Boyer. Now, this is the last broadcast of the season for the Lady Tigers. the boys still have 3 home games coming up. The Lady Tigers will again finish on the road. A tough stretch there in Athens, Wyalusing, and Towanda. All 3 teams have secured spots in the postseason. So the Tigers have their work cut out for them. But first things first, to deal with the Lady Hornets. And the Hornets will control the opening tip. And we're underway. Mansfield open and a man-to-man. Logston down on the low block. Good defense by the Tigers to double that post entry and then get on the floor for that loose ball. Claire Dominic ties it up with Novinger, and the ball to the Lady Tigers on the alternate possession. Wellsboro showing a little bit of a 3-2 zone here to start. With that 2-3, oftentimes looking for teams to run on an even number front out front, utilize that high post area, have somebody working behind the zone on that baseline to get opportunities to step in, get seals. Another jump ball, and all the alternating possession, that ball over to Wellsboro. Mansfield showing a little 3-court pressure here. Show a little bit of a trap. And a little mishandle there by Wellsboro. Ball to the Tigers. And Wellsboro's content to sit back here in the 3-2. Not a deep bench for the Hornets this season. A turnover by the Tigers. And Wellsboro will come back down. So a little over a minute to play. No score. Logston from about 12. Typically when you see a player with Logston size, you think is going to be a menace in the post, and she can be. She also has a very good touch in that mid-range game, 10 to 15 feet. Maddie McNamara shot's no good. Claire Dominic down with an offensive rebound. And the Tigers will get a second opportunity here. Ball inside to Reagan Watkins. Good 2-man game there. Nice cut by Cameron Leitner. Good find by Reagan, and that'll tie things up 2 apiece. Again, the Tigers showing a little bit of that trap. Wellsboro retains possession. Mansfield then here will pick up in their man-to-man. Elena Shaw draws the job of guarding Brandenburg. Brandenburg's shot's no good. Can't come away with the offensive rebound. Maddie Mack has it and will push the action. Finds a cutting Cameron Leitner, and Leitner's layup is good. Good job here in the early going by Leitner, settling and finding that the rim early in that possession and just finishing. A miscue here by Wellsboro. Elena Shaw will run the break for the Lady Tigers all the way to the rim. Blocked by Logston. We'll look to get some jump stops, some ball fakes, get Logston up off her feet. Brandenburg all alone for 3. Fortunate for the Lady Tigers that she was off the mark. Brandenburg has been a very good 3-point shooter throughout her career. Certainly don't want to give her many open looks like that. Make her earn all those points. Toes to the line, force her back, force her to do something else with the basketball. Even if that's having to put it on the floor, reset, come in. Don't let her dictate and just get set and shoot. So Coach McLean with an early timeout here. 30-second timeout, the 5:02 mark. Saw something out there he wants to make a quick adjustment to. A large part may have been seeing Brandenburg with nobody within 8 feet of her. Missed that one, but I wouldn't bank on her missing a bunch more if left that open. So Mansfield will go to work here, see what they drew up coming out of the timeout with a travel on Cameron Leitner. Ball over to Wellsboro. Again, the Tigers showing that trap. Wellsboro gets through it. Good high-low action by Wellsboro. Shot by Novinger is no good. Good pass by Logston. Good seal by Watkins. Pass offline. Claire Dominic, good job to come away with that loose ball. Her shot's no good at the rim. Tough angle for that one. May have been better served to take a couple dribbles out and reset. The Tigers will roll with it here. Wellsboro certainly not comfortable here in the half court. I'm not sure. Coach Poirier is looking for Logston to do a lot of dribbling in their half court sets. Good closeout by Elena Shaw. Didn't get all the way to close down that baseline. Brandenburg will draw a foul on Elena Shaw. That's Shaw's team's first foul of the game here. Been a pretty cleanly played game as we're under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 4-2 Mansfield with the early lead. Mansfield stays in the man-to-man on that inbound. And Logston called for a carry. So again, one of those opportunities put the opposition in a position where they're maybe not particularly comfortable. Don't know that Logston wants to spend a lot of time with the ball in her hand. 35 feet from the basket. The Tigers will live with that. The miscue there. Claire Dominic, good hustle just to keep that possession for the Tigers. Again, another seal down low by Watkins. That's a tough passing angle straight on. Got to try and get a little bit of an angle to make that entry pass. All right, no. Wellsboro got it across. A little erratic passing. Maddie McNamara comes away with it. Good decision not to challenge Brandenburg. Ball inside to Leitner, quickly double teamed. Finds Watkins, the foul line. To Dominic. Dominic's 15-footer on the baseline is good. Claire hit some early jumpers in that Williamson game to stake him to an early lead. Good to see the sophomore out hitting early. Shot finds nothing. Maddie Mack comes away with a rebound. Didn't challenge Logston. Looked to find Claire Dominic. Before she could get rid of the ball on the pass, she traveled. So Wellsboro will take possession here at 2:33 to go in the first quarter. Wellsboro will take a 30-second timeout. Coach Prieur wants to talk things over and make some adjustments. Their last couple possessions have not been great. I'm sure she'll revisit their offensive sets and the keys that they had for trying to come away with a win in tonight's basketball game. So ball to Wellsboro. Officials not wasting any time getting it in bounds here. Mansfield extending that pressure, giving a slightly different look. Threw Wellsboro off a little bit on the travel by Addie France. The ball will go to Mansfield. Wellsboro again showing some 3-2. They're really extending on the outsides. Cameron Leitner put it on the floor, a little out of control, off balance. Turnover to Wellsboro. Mansfield up 6-2, 2:16 to go here in the first quarter. This is a low-scoring affair the first time these teams met. Number 32, Avalon Ruse, entered the lineup for the Lady Tigers, replacing replacing Elena Shaw. Find Maddie Mack in the corner. Gets the ball inside to Leitner. Good up and under. Call it for an extra step there, so the bucket's no good. Dangerous pass there on the sideline. Maddie Mack comes away with a steal. Kicks ahead to Claire Dominic. Unable to handle that pass. Logsdon will end up with it, and Wellsboro looking to get a shot here. Empty the last 2 or 3 possessions, not really even getting a good look. Ball inside to Brandenburg. Denied by Avalon Rue. Stripped it from her. Good defense by Rue. Pass a little high. Again, dial it back 1 notch there. A dribble handoff by Wellsboro. Claire Dominic tips it away. We'll stay here with Wellsboro. Brandenburg's 3 is way off the mark. Mansfield doing a good job here in the half court guarding her since that open 3. Logden's elbow jumper's no good. She'll put it on the deck. Defended well by Leitner. Leitner will knock it out of bounds. It'll stay with Wellsboro. Wellsboro to inbound here under their basket. Mansfield staying in that man-to-man. Need to keep their heads on a swivel here. Five-second count on the violation. Mansfield will take possession. Good job defensively by Mansfield. Did not find any other options. The attempt to throw it off of the Mansfield player was too late. Again, Wellsboro really extending the top of that 3-2 zone. Almost to the point of making it more like a man-to-man. So you do have the opportunity, ball fake, head fake, to put it on the deck and get around that defender. See if the Tigers will take advantage of that. And we have the first foul of the night on Wellsboro. That foul will go on number 14, Lily Wagner. That is Wagner's first. 20.7 seconds to go. Mansfield inbound under their basket. So we have a fight for the ball here. We've determined that Wellsboro had possession but traveled, so Mansfield will keep the ball here. 14.5 seconds. Playing just a little too quick there. The pass too high for Leitner to handle, out of bounds. Wellsboro with 10 seconds to play. Mansfield coming with that pressure. Good deflection by Leitner. Ball almost out of bounds. Saved by Maddie McNamara, who puts one up from just inside the half-court line. Found the rim. Gave the fans something to ooh about. Their shot's no good. We've reached the end of the first quarter. Mansfield enjoying a 6-2 lead here in the early going. For Wellsboro, their only point thus far by Paige Logsdon on a nice little mid-range jumper around the lane. For the Lady Tigers, Claire Dominic with 2, and the game high score here with 4 points, Cameron Leitner. So clearly the press, the defense, and the defensive pressure in the half court that Coach McLean's crew is putting into play has Wellsboro a little off their game. They're certainly not comfortable. While they have gotten the ball across half court, it hasn't been particularly smooth. So I would expect to see Coach McLean's crew to stay with what's working. They'll throw another wrinkle in there or not. For Mansfield, defensively, they're getting the job done. Offensively, decent ball movement. They want to slow it down just a tad. And again, with Wellsboro extending the 3 on that top of their 3-2, opportunity even for a little backdoor cut It's ball fakes, putting it on the deck and getting by, almost like it's a man-to-man. Claire Dominic, almost like on cue, into the lane, unable to maintain control. So after starting with the ball to open the quarter on the alternating possession on this first jump, the ball to Wellsboro. Mansfield comes out and will show a little 2-3 zone this time. I don't think that's exactly what Wellsboro was anticipating. Good changeup by Mansfield. Jumper no good by France. Mansfield will run the other direction. Ball to Leitner. Pulled up, kicked it out with Logston looming over her shoulder. Mansfield running their action here. Good anticipation by Wagner from Wellsboro. Will get the steal. Brandenburg's three is no good. Better looking shot that time. And there's a Leitner with a rebound. It'll be so key for the Tigers. Dominic drives, dishes to McNamara. It's no good. Lane to McNamara. Good offensive rebound to Dominic. Claire will put up from three. It's no good, but Maddie McNamara comes down with the offensive rebound and will draw a foul on Wellsboro. That foul will go on Brandenburg. First of the night for Brandenburg, first of the quarter for the Hornets. Good find, the top of the key, that pass by Reagan Watkins to Elena Shaw. Draw another Wellsboro foul. That foul on number 34, Tegan Novinger. That is her first, team second of the quarter. Elena Shaw to the line to shoot two. First foul shots of the night. Elena's first is no good. Shaw second, finds the bottom of the net and is good. It's almost a minute and a half into the second quarter before we get a point on the board. And that first shot at the hands of Elena Shaw. A game that's shaping up to be low scoring and tight. Those opportunities are so crucial. Watkins with a good block of Brandenburg's drive. Tigers a chance to get out and run. Shaw's attempt at a cross-lane pass to Dominic is knocked out of bounds by Wellsboro. So it'll stay here with the Tigers under their own basket. Ball just about an inch too high. Good idea, good read. Both teams open with their starting lineup. Ball inside to Logston. Good move. Good move, good finish with the left hand by Logston. Leitner whistled for the travel. Kia Ripple and Avalon Rue enter the lineup for the Lady Tigers, replacing Watkins and Dominic. No turnover, almost a turnover here on the tie-up. The ball to Mansfield, so that's as good as a turnover. Wellsboro had it, now they don't. So if you're scoring at home, turnover on Wellsboro. Kick out to Maddie Mack, her three off the mark. Leitner down with an offensive rebound. Avalon Rue from 15. It's no good, but Leitner with another offensive rebound. It's swarmed by Wellsboro defenders. And they will tie her up. Ball to Wellsboro. Number 5, Riley Coolidge enters the game for Wellsboro. Once again, deploying a slightly different look defensively in that full court pressure. Wellsboro, much better job getting it across. Addie France with a 3. Good ball movement that time by Wellsboro. Good rhythm jumper. Knots things up at 7 as we're just under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Ball inside to Rue. Nothing doing there. Maddie Mack gets into the lane. Blocked by Paige Logsdon. Again, one of those opportunities, a jump stop ball fake. Logsdon's going to be up in the air. Chance to draw a foul, maybe get a 3-point play. Kia Ripple not bashful. Her 3 is off the mark. And we have another tie-up. This one will go to the Lady Tigers. So an opportunity to inbound under their basket. 4:23 to go here in the second quarter. The ball into Leitner. Shut down. Attempted to kick it out. Will be called for the travel. Important when you're a post-type player to not get that ball down around your knees. That makes you small with those pesky little guards in position where they can tie you up. And Wellsboro gets it across. Close to a backcourt. Brandenburg denied on the low block and will be whistled for a travel. Good job by the Lady Tigers defense to collapse on her. Takeaway options. And Coach McLean talked prior to the game about winning those matchups. Sometimes winning those matchups, you need a little help. Good job by the Tigers. Playing team defense. Skip past that time to Leitner. Should find Kia Ripple inside. Ripple drives baseline. Her pass to Lena Shaw is intercepted by Wellsboro. Might have been better served just to continue dribbling right across the baseline and run something different. Logsdon catches it in the middle of the lane, and the seniors' jumper is good. Wellsboro takes their first lead of the night. And with that defensive breakdown, Coach McLean will take a full timeout here at the 3:23 mark of the second quarter. So we're going to talk about what they were looking to do on both their defensive and offensive assignments here tonight. Wellsboro, much better offensive showing here in the second quarter as they are up 7-1 here on the Lady Tigers in this quarter. And that little 7-1 run has staked them to a 2-point lead as Wellsboro's up 9-7 here with 3:23 to go. Let's see what Coach McLean's drawn up out of this timeout. In Wellsboro extending the top of that 3-2, putting the pressure, trying to make Mansfield's perimeter players uncomfortable, forcing them well back off the 3-point line. But the Tigers have not really taken advantage of a ball fake, head fake, jab step to try and dribble past the Hornet defenders. Keep them honest. Now Wellsboro comes with a little man-to-man of their own. Reagan Watkins whistled for a travel. Claire Dominic and Reagan Watkins back in the game for the Lady Tigers. Mansfield showing 2-3. Brandenburg all alone at the top of the key. Her three is no good. The follow by number 34, Tegan Novinger, is no good, but she will draw a foul. That foul is on number 12, Cameron Leitner. That's Cameron's first foul of the night, Tigers' first of the quarter. Novinger to the line to shoot 2. First is off the front rim. Credit that one. That missed to the elementary ball players that are here to put on a show at halftime. Eagerly stomping their feet. Love the enthusiasm. Novinger's second is good. The magic doesn't work twice. Mansfield to work against the man-to-man. Ball inside to Shaw. Dominic will drive the baseline. Her shot's no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Wellsboro. So possession will remain with the Lady Tigers here in the half court under their own basket. Wellsboro shows 3-2. No, check that. They're going to run a straight man. They showed a 3-2 look. Dominic from 18 is good. The first field goal in quite a while for the Lady Tigers as we're approaching we're at the 2.5 minute mark of the second quarter. The Tigers a long time without a field goal. Ty Brandenburg down low. Wellsboro did a good job not to have a jump ball situation. Addie France is good from three. That's the freshman's second three-pointer of the quarter. Bumps the Wellsboro lead out to 4, 13-9. Under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Shaw's jumper's no good. Dominic battle for the rebound. Will cause a tie-up. Ball to Wellsboro on the alternate possession. Mansfield coming with some full court pressure. Wellsboro gets it into the hands of Brandenburg. If you're coach per year, that's got to be who you want. Senior leader. Mansfield back to the man-to-man. And Dominic gambled to try and jump that pass in the process of getting back. Commits a foul. That will be Dominic's first, team second on the quarter. Wellsboro inbound under the basket. Brandenburg will initiate the action for Wellsboro. Mansfield in that man-to-man. Wellsboro spread the floor. Mr. Valentine has an offensive foul here. Number 34, I'm going to guess that was an illegal screen. That foul on Novinger is her second, team's third. 1:27 to go in the first half. Mansfield down 4. Good ball movement. Maddie McNamara from 3 is in and out. Logsdon with a rebound. The ball into the post. Good job to collapse on her. Logsdon up and over the double team and will score 6 points on the night for Logsdon. Under a minute to play. Mansfield, you don't want to come away empty here. Brandenburg's tip the ball in the back court. McNamara will bring it up. Dominic to Leitner to Watkins. Watkins all alone. Will cut the lead back to 4. Deflection for Leitner. 27.5 seconds to go in the first half. Wellsboro's ball. I'm going to go the length of the floor. Mansfield showing pressure. They will get it. Good job by Watkins to get back. Novinger throws the ball away. Good ball fake by McNamara. Gets a little separation. Lena Shaw's three's no good. Novinger down with the rebound. Wellsboro content to let the clock expire. So at the end of the first half, Mansfield, after an early lead, finds himself in a 4-point hole as the teams will head to the locker room. Wellsboro up 15-11. Now welcome in our viewers on Blue Ridge Communication Channel 13. If you've just joined the action, Mansfield jumped out, took a 6-2 lead in that first quarter behind 4 points from Cameron Leitner and 2 from Claire Dominic. Wellsboro opened on a 7-1 run in that second quarter. Mansfield went a long time before they got their first field goal. Mansfield finds themselves down 4. Tight ball game, a lot of basketball to be played. We'll take a short break here. The stream will continue. You can watch the future of Lady Tiger basketball out here, the elementary program under the direction of Aaron Rout. Someday down the line, I'll be calling these kids' names out. All right, we'll be back with you shortly. right, welcome back to North Penn Mansfield High School's Gymnasium. I'm Jim Fair on the call with Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 and the North Penn Mansfield High School live stream. We have North Penn Mansfield hosting the Wellsboro Hornets after an early 6-2 lead by the Tigers. The scoring went cold. Wellsboro opened that second quarter on a 7-1 run and have staked themselves to a 4-point lead, 15-11, at the end of the first half. Now, I mentioned at the beginning, this is the final broadcast of the season for the Lady Tigers. The remainder of their games will be on the road at NTL foes Athens, Wyalusing, and Towanda. All three of those schools have clinched their spots in the district playoffs. But we do still have broadcasts coming your way. Wednesday of next week, February the 5th, the Mansfield boys will host Athens, followed by home games on Friday the 7th against Wyalusing, and then February the 10th against St. John Newman. So there's still some opportunities to catch some good Tiger basketball on both Channel 13 and the North Penn Mansfield live stream. To the best of my knowledge here, all of the games will be following the usual format of JVs first, followed by the varsity. So we'll hope you'll join us for those key NTL matchups. For the North Penn Mansfield boys, they will travel to Wellsboro tomorrow evening to renew their rivalry with Wellsboro. This will be a rematch. Mansfield easily handled Wellsboro 63-33 back in December to reclaim the Peggy Bergeson Memorial Trophy. Some non-basketball news, if you haven't heard yet, the Southern Tioga School District will be operating on a 2-hour delay. So any of you with students at home, you're going to have them home for a little bit longer due to the predicted freezing rain, icy conditions tomorrow morning. Again, our friends at the Mansfield Pizza Hut continue to offer their promotion, 20% off dine-in and takeout whenever the North Penn Mansfield boys or girls win at home. Just mention you attended the game, cut it on the live stream when placing your order. Now, in that first half, Wellsboro did a nice job of getting the ball in the lane to Logston. And I would look for him to continue to try and do that. Maybe try and get a little inside-out game going. Ball into Logston and trying to kicking out to her shooters, Brandenburg and France. France with those 2 3-pointers in the second quarter. The Tigers have done a good job of keeping Brandenburg well below our average with just those 2. Defensively, Wellsboro has done a nice job putting pressure out on the perimeter players for Mansfield. I would anticipate seeing that, and they're going to need to make sure that they're rebounding, limiting Mansfield to just those one opportunity. For North Penn Mansfield, offensively, I think they've got to attack that perimeter defense. And that's not always with a dribble, head fake, jab step, ball fake, faking a pass, something. Make that Wellsboro defender commit. Then we're looking to put the ball on the floor. It may only be a dribble to get a better pass. You may get into the lane, make the Wellsboro defender start to play some honest defense and don't force the ball inside in the low block when you're back up against Logston. Defensively, they've got to move their feet, not reach, keep traffic in front of the Wellsboro basketball players as they try and get into the lane. You got to bump Logston on the cuts. She's had far too easy a time through there. Just bump her and go to work. Now Mansfield will start with the ball. Wellsboro showing that a little bit of a man-to-man with a turnover right off the bat here. Leading scorers for Mansfield, Elena Shaw with 1, Reagan Watkins with 2, Cameron Leitner and Claire Dominic with 4 apiece. Now Mansfield will open up with some full-court pressure of their own. Come with more of a man-to-man here. Logston kicks it ahead. Wellsboro gets it across half court, and Mansfield will pick them up man-to-man. For Wellsboro, number 34, Novinger with 1, 2 for number 3, Chloe Brandenburg, their leading scorer, who's been averaging about 16 a night. And Logston in France, number 13 and 33, with 6 points apiece. And Wellsboro will draw first blood here in the second quarter. With Logston, again, another touch in the lane. That foul on Reagan Watkins, that's her first, team's first on the quarter. Logston with an opportunity for a 3-point play. Our foul shot rattles out. Watkins comes down with a rebound. Kind of a risky pass there. That's a long way. Not a particularly good angle on that outlet. Good job by Wellsboro to defend it. McNamara came away with it, a little indecision, and we whistled for the travel. So an empty trip for Mansfield. Finds themselves in a 6-point hole early in the third quarter. Brandenburg got all the way to the rim. Watkins got a hand on it, but will be whistled for her second. The Mansfield fans check that. They called that foul on number 4, Elena Shaw. That'll be Shaw's second. Brandenburg foul shots are both good for a shooter. Sometimes getting to the line, you can break your mechanics down, break your shot down. Seeing the ball go through the hoop there, that can sometimes get a shooter going. So if you're Wellsboro, you hope that happens. If you're Mansfield, you hope it certainly doesn't. But back to the call, Mansfield not happy with that. Plenty of opportunities to get involved with sports. PIAA.org. Find all the information you need on how to become a registered PIAA official. Off the tip pass, Leitner will touch the ball last. I'll turn over to Wellsboro. Minute and a half in, Mansfield still looking for their first good scoring opportunity. If you're Coach Perrier, you have to be happy with how this second half has started. We increased that lead to 8. And we'll have a travel whistled on Wagner. Mansfield takes possession. Good anticipation by Brandenburg. Almost came away with a steal. Wellsboro's putting pressure out front. They're gambling. They're looking to jump passes. You've got to misdirect. If you stare it down, Wellsboro will jump it. So Coach McLean is going to take a 30-second timeout here at the 6:14 mark of the third quarter. Just talking to him about getting back to the offensive principles that they'd set up as part of their pregame. I worked on last night in practice. Anybody who's coached at any level knows, though, no matter how much you discuss something in a pregame, how many sets you diagram what the opposition's going to do, video clips, whatever, walking through in practice. Just because you talked about it doesn't mean it's going to be executed flawlessly. Because at the end of the day, these are 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and they're going to make mistakes. So Mansfield looking to get a score here, get themselves on track offensively. So on a missed dribble there, we have a jump ball on the alternating possession. Wellsboro will take possession. Mansfield coming with pressure. And try and get a turnover, something to get an easy look, see that ball go through the hoop. Deep pass straight to Watkins. Risky pass there, but it found its way to Leitner. Maddie McNamara's three's no good. Leitner down with an offensive rebound to give the Tigers another possession here. Dominic put it on the deck to attack the basket. Will draw the foul. That foul on number 14, Lily Wagner. Her second, team's first on the quarter. Mansfield inbound under their basket. Dominic will initiate the action. We were expecting a cut there that didn't happen. Wellsboro comes away with the basketball. Brandenburg from 3. It's no good. Leitner down with another rebound. We announced at the beginning Leitner was about 8 rebounds away from the 500th of her career. She's got to be closing in on that. It's a good nose for the basketball. Elena Shaw's corner 3 is good. And if you're part of the Mansfield faithful, you're happy to see that. That was a long stretch of time without a score by the Tigers. It cuts the league to 5. Wellsboro right back. Ball into Brandenburg. Blocked the first time. Second time blocked, but they will whistle the foul. That foul on Reagan Watkins. I've got it as her second. They're showing that as her first. So again, my numbers are all unofficial. Brandenburg's second foul shot is good. Bumps the lead back to 6 for Wellsboro. Mansfield back to work. It's a tough pass trying to get it inside between 3 defenders. Had Elena Shaw well covered. Be one that would be better trying to make that entry pass from the side. Skip that one pass to the wing and look to make that. And then again, that corner side's wide open. Good anticipation, good read by Leitner. Comes away with a tip steal. McNamara threads the needle. No shot by the Tigers, but they will draw a foul on Wellsboro. That foul on number 14, Lily Wagner. That is Wagner's 3rd of the game. Team 2nd. Mansfield's committed 4 fouls this quarter, so Wellsboro will shoot the rest of the way. Claire Dominic drives the baseline, draws another foul on Wellsboro. And even things up here pretty quick. That foul on number 33, Paige Logston. It's her first. Mansfield inbound under their basket. Elena Shaw from 3. This time it's off the mark. Leitner comes away with a steal. Her shot results in a jump ball. And the Mansfield fans were hoping for a foul on that one. Mansfield retain possession under their own basket. McNamara's entry pass into Leitner draws a foul. That'll be the 2nd foul on Logston, 2 in a short period of time. That is the 4th on Wellsboro. Mansfield will also shoot the rest of the quarter. McNamara had a toe on the line, so a long 2. Cuts the lead to 4. Mansfield showing against some pressure. Wellsboro a little rattled. But Addie France with a mid-range jumper should settle the Wellsboro Hornets down, bumps that lead back to 6. Elena Shaw's drive to the basket off that pass from Maddie McNamara will result in a foul. A foul on number 34, Tegan Novinger. That is her 3rd. Elena Shaw to the line to shoot 2. Even if it wasn't a shooting foul, she would have been shooting 2, as Wellsboro is over the limit. So both teams, the next 3:38, will shoot a lot of foul shots. The second's no good. Cameron Leitner tracks down the offensive rebound. The Tigers unable to get a look there on the turnover. Wellsboro will turn and try and make something happen on the offensive end. Mansfield's cut that lead to 5. One possession at a time here. Still a lot of basketball. Tough jumper off the bounce by Brandenburg's no good. Mansfield comes away. Claire Dominic with that rebound. And Maddie McNamara called for a travel. Indecision there. Again, sometimes the jump stop's the best stop to make when you're coming full speed with the basketball. Or, oh, Mansfield almost with a turnover there. Logston tried to find her senior counterpart, Brandenburg, on the baseline, unable to handle the pass. Mansfield to take possession here. Under 3 minutes to play. In the third quarter, McNamara penetrates. Just a little dribble drive action there. Kicks it out to Leitner. Finds Maddie McNamara all alone. The freshman's layup is no good, but she will draw a foul. This foul on number 34, Tegan Novinger. That is her fourth. Will force Coach Prier's hand. She's going to have to go to her bench. And Maddie McNamara to the line to shoot 2. First is good. Cuts the Wellsboro lead to 4. Number 5, Riley Coolidge, enters the game for Wellsboro. So Wellsboro gets noticeably smaller with that substitution. McNamara made the second. It's no good. Lane violation on Cameron Leitner. She got in there before the ball hit the rim. So Mansfield coming with some pressure. And Mansfield will force a turnover. Maddie McNamara, good job to maintain possession of the basketball on her balance. Close to a turnover there, but Wellsboro will commit a foul. That foul on number 13, Addie France, her first. As Wellsboro is over the limit, Maddie McNamara, coming out of this timeout, will shoot 2. Coach Prier will take a full timeout to try and reset her troops. After kind of almost taking command, certainly of the momentum of the game, Mansfield is trying to claw their way back into it. Sits at the 4-point deficit, which was the same at the half. Wellsboro came out hot and extended that lead early, but Mansfield has battled back. To match Wellsboro, 7-all here on this quarter. For Mansfield, Elena Shaw with 2 fouls, the only one in any kind of, only one with more than 1 foul on the Tigers. For Wellsboro, 3 on number 14, Lily Wagner, 2 on Paige Logston, and 4 on Tegan Novinger, who will most likely finish out this quarter on the bench. And we'll see at what point Coach Prier tries to reinsert her into the lineup. Maddie McNamara's first foul shot is up and good. And her second. Rattles out. Wellsboro will come away with the rebound, but the scramble for the ball, a jump ball. Wellsboro on the alternating possession will retain the basketball. Mansfield coming with some full pressure. Cameron Leitner with a deflection, almost a steal. Almost had a tie up here, but I think we're going to have a foul. This foul will be on number 2, Maddie McNamara. The freshman point guard picks up her first. So the foul, in terms of numbers on McNamara, is not a big deal, but that puts the Tigers over the limit, and that will send number 14, Lily Wagner, to the line to shoot 2. First is no good. Mansfield has cut the lead to 3. 2:08 to play here. Second is no good. Watkins up for the rebound. Mansfield goes to work. Wellsboro out in a man-to-man. Maddie Mack penetrates kicks. Finds Dominic on the low block. Didn't quite get herself square there. Tough angle. Wellsboro with possession here. So we approach a minute and a half to play here in the third quarter. Mansfield down 3. Yeah. Mansfield playing man-to-man. Key to keep your head on a swivel. Attempted screen there by Logsdon. The Tigers did a good job to get through it. Logsdon's jumper from about 15 hits nothing. So Mansfield will take possession here, a minute 20 to play. Everybody's in the bonus. For foul shots, Wellsboro maintains possession of the possession arrow. Mansfield looking to put the ball on the floor and attack now against this man-to-man. Draw another foul, this one on number 14, Lily Wagner. This will be Wagner's 4th, so Coach Poirier's got 2 with 4, and not a very long bench. Dominic to the line to shoot 2. Dominic's first is up and is good. Cuts the lead to 2. Number 11, Kate Bryant, enters the game for Wellsboro. For Wagner, Bryant a freshman. Dominic's second is good. Cuts it to a 1-point ball game with 59.6 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Mansfield coming with some full court pressure. Leitner with a steal to Maddie McNamara. Ball knocked out of bounds by Wellsboro. We talked in the first game, Coach McLean was pleased to force others from Wellsboro to have to step up and try and make winning plays. It's kind of what's happening here tonight. Pass directly to Watkins on the inbound. Shot is denied, but will draw the foul. This foul on number 33, Paige Logsdon. That's her 3rd. So foul's really starting to pile up for Wellsboro. Watkins to the line to shoot 2. First is no good off the back iron. Watkins will get to do it again. And this time the lefty's free throw finds nothing but the bottom of the net to tie this at 22 all. Cameron Leitner and Maddie McNamara combined to throw Wellsboro off their game. Ball out of bounds off Wellsboro, so the ball will stay right here with the Lady Tigers with just over 40 seconds to play. A chance to take the lead. The first lead since early in the second quarter. Ball off the hands of Dominic. Good hustle by McNamara. Watkins jump shot, deep 2. Puts the Tigers up by 2. We approach 15 seconds to play here. Mansfield coming with some full man. Wellsboro gets it inside to Logsdon. Senior goes to work. Blocked by Leitner. The 2 seconds with Maddie Mack from the attack line. That's 2 shots tonight she's taken from very deep to close out quarters. Both of them off the iron. But for the Mansfield fans here, you've got to be happy. A little more energy in the building now as Mansfield works their way back. They were down 4 at the half. Dug themselves a deeper hole for a good portion of the first half of the third quarter before going on a nice spurt, keyed a large part by their defense and some quality foul shooting to take a 2-point lead. So we end the third quarter with Mansfield up 24-22. And for Wellsboro, leading scorers, Brandenburg with 5, still well under her average. 8 points for Addie France, number 13. Just the 1 bucket that quarter. 8 points for Paige Logsdon, closing in on her average. Tegan Novinger with just the 1. Novinger with 4, Wagner with 4, and Logston with 3. So Coach Perrier was forced to go deep into her bench in that quarter. For Mansfield, well, Leitner was held scoreless that quarter. She had her hand in a lot of action there. Maddie McNamara with 4 points. 5 for Lena Shaw, 5 for Reagan Watkins, and 6 for Claire Dominic. Wellsboro will start with possession here in the 4th quarter. Perrier comes right back with her starting lineup, and Mansfield will roll out on the floor with their starters as well. Mansfield playing man-to-man. Important they know where number 13, France, and Brandenburg, number 3 are. They're trying to get the ball inside to Logston. They do, but too deep to get a look. A wild shot from Wagner. Ball touched nobody after it left Wagner's hands, so that ball to Mansfield. 7:34 to play. Mansfield up by 2. The first couple minutes of this quarter will be crucial. Ball inside to McNamara. Wellsboro collapses on her and will come away with the basketball. Brandenburg leading a 2-on-1. Good job by Watkins to get back. Got a hand on that jumper by Brandenburg. McNamara comes away with the rebound. Push the action up. Ball to Leitner. Shot's no good. Maybe influence there knowing that Logston was closing in from behind. Logston will bring it coast to coast. A left-handed layup's no good. Dominic will tip it away from Brandenburg. Maddie Mack off to the races. Blocked at the rim, but there's Leitner with an offensive rebound and follow. Mansfield bumps their lead out to 4. Great hustle play by both teams there. Wellsboro to get back to block that. You always want to assume your teammate's going to make that basketball, but you always want to trail on the off chance that the layup doesn't go down. Well executed by Cameron Leitner. If you just assume she's going to make that layup, Wellsboro comes away with an easy rebound. Mansfield again, man-to-man in the half court. Tip by Claire Dominic. Maddie McNamara all alone. And will convert 4 quick points to start this quarter here for the Lady Tigers. Mansfield up by 6 with 6 minutes to play. Oh, hard foul by Claire Dominic. I think she got the worst of that one. That'll be Dominic's 2nd. Team's 1st. Mansfield will pull back here a little bit. It's kind of a 3-quarter court. I'm going to look for the trap that they ran earlier in the game and had some success with. Giving a different look to Wellsboro. Again, Wellsboro. We have a travel on Brandenburg. And earlier in the game, in that 2nd quarter, it was Mansfield that was playing a step too fast. Now Wellsboro may be playing a step too fast. Certainly to the advantage of the Tigers right now. Again, you continue with the intensity. Maddie Mack from 3. In and out. Logston will bring it herself. Logston's shot's no good. Leitner came away with the rebound. Taken out from behind, and somehow we have a foul here on Mansfield. That'll be the 3rd foul on Claire Dominic. Wellsboro will retain possession. Blocked out there. I didn't see exactly what Dominic did. But, again, I don't have a striped shirt on. Good inbound play by Wellsboro. Logston comes up empty on the left-hand side, and Leitner there with yet another rebound. Mansfield settle things down here, run some offense. Wellsboro back to that 3-2. Mansfield had good success in that 3rd quarter attacking the basket. When it was the man-to-man, they still have that opportunity against this zone. Wellsboro shifted a little man-to-man. I think they lost Elena Shaw in the process. The sophomore knocks down a big 3. and bumps the lead out to 9. Coach Perrier will take a timeout at the 4:42 mark of the fourth quarter. A full timeout. That'll leave Wellsboro with 1 full and 1:30. A tip of the cap to Cameron Leitner. They've just announced in the gym that during this fourth quarter here, even that last rebound was the 500th rebound of her career. Cameron, of a 3-year varsity starter with a program. One that was thrust into the starting lineup as a freshman due to numbers. I had an opportunity to work with Cam that freshman year. It's come a long way from the freshman that sometimes was trying to go a couple different directions at the same time with her sister John at her from behind. So congratulations to Cam Leitner on 500 rebounds. Still some more basketball to be played and a whole other season. So she can go to starts work right now on that next 500. So Mansfield with a 9-point lead with 4:42 to go. I also have owned the possession arrow here. It's again showing some pressure. Wellsboro trying to be a little more patient here. With that press again, it's not so much to steal, but to get the other team uncomfortable, maybe playing out of rhythm a little too fast. When Mansfield has success, Brandenburg from NBA range is no good. McNamara down with the rebound as we approach 4 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Now for Mansfield, you want good looks every possession down offensively. It sounds kind of silly to say you want that from the jump ball, but here now you're into winning time. It becomes even more crucial. Be sure of those passes, passing away from the defense. We have an offensive foul on Elena Shaw. In fact, there was some pushing there going both directions. Official always seems to catch the second. But either way, you got to keep your head in that situation. That's an empty trip. That's what Wellsboro wants. For Mansfield, you want to get a good look. Defensively, Mansfield wants stops. Traffic in front, and then rebounds. A shot no good by Wellsboro. Watkins down with a rebound. And on the outlet pass, officials will whistle a foul on number 34, Tegan Novinger. That is her 5th and disqualifying foul. Tegan will exit the game with 1 point. Riley Coolidge will check into the lineup for the Hornets. So again, Wellsboro becomes smaller. Wellsboro will come with some full court man-to-man. Get the ball into Elena Shaw on the baseline, and she gets immediately fouled. That foul on number 5. First on Riley Coolidge, who just entered the lineup. Ball stays with Mansfield. Get it into Elena Shaw. Up to Maddie McNamara. Good patience there by the Lady Tigers. Again, you want to get your set. You want to run your offense. If I'm Mansfield, I'm looking for layups. You can always get a jumper, but here you're up 9. The clock is, you want to keep the clock moving. You don't have to score another point. You just can't cough it up. Claire Dominic for 3 off a pass from Maddie McNamara. Dominic finds the bottom of the net. Nothing but nylon there for the sophomore. And Mansfield again, swarming D, trapping, reaching, trying to strip the ball away. Be a little too aggressive there. That will be the 4th foul on Claire Dominic. Team's 4th, so 2:52 to go. Wellsboro will shoot the rest of the quarter. As Mansfield will be over the limit. Wellsboro just with a 2 fouls so far. Good defense by Mansfield. Going to be close to a 5 count. Wellsboro able to get it in. But steps out of bounds. Wellsboro faithful, not happy with the call. Feels like there's a foul again, but it thinks they can do it better. PIAA.org. All the information to become a registered PIAA official. Mansfield close to a 5-second count there. You can be an official. They do get paid. They're certainly not overpaid. Thankless job. At any given time, half the gymnasium's going to hate you. And then the other side, it's going to hate you the next trip down the floor. So veteran crew out here. Large officiating has been pretty solid this year. But you are always looking for new officials. On the turnover, Wellsboro's ball down 12, under 2.5 to play. Again, good job tracking the ball by Mansfield. Keeping traffic in front of the Wellsboro ball players, keeping connected. Again, it's about winning these matchups like Coach McLean said in his pregame. Good closeout by Watkins. Brandenburg off the dribble from deep. It's no good. Leitner down with the rebound. Hit the deck. McNamara kicks ahead to Dominic. Dominic will attack the basket. Knock down the runner on the baseline. 5 points for Dominic in this quarter. As Mansfield has held Wellsboro scoreless in this fourth quarter. Coach Perrier will take another timeout. A good second half by the Lady Tigers, finding themselves in a 4-point hole to open. And outscored Wellsboro 13-7. Here in the fourth quarter, things clicking on all cylinders for the Tigers, both ends of the floor, getting good looks offensively, really scrambling, good team defense on the other end of the floor. As Mansfield is on a 12-0 run on this fourth quarter alone. I remember even a bigger streak than that. I remember who scored last on that third quarter. But either way, Mansfield has just grabbed control of this basketball game in the second half. Great to see with this young team. Mansfield continues to run with their starters on the floor. Wellsboro tried to get the ball inbounds to number 14, Wagner. They will call a foul on Maddie McNamara. That'll be McNamara's second. And that puts Wagner at the line. She will shoot 2 as Mansfield is over the limits. Wellsboro still looking for their first point in the fourth quarter. 1:34 to go. And Wagner will break the ice for Wellsboro. Cut the lead to 13. Second is no good. Leitner there for the rebound, guarded closely by Brandenburg. Just trying to create a turnover. Leitner gets it out to McNamara. Brandenburg collapses, tries to get a jump ball, but will be whistled for the foul. That is her second, team's third. Wellsboro still with 1 to give before Mansfield shoots. Wellsboro with a full court man-to-man. And we'll have a end line violation, as that was a dead ball. Leitner is not able to move on the baseline. Wellsboro did a good job covering the Mansfield's ball players. That pass from Brandenburg's too hot. Logsdon can't control it. Leitner will come away with it. McNamara will bring it into the front court. Kicks ahead. Watkins will pull up. Maybe didn't necessarily need that shot. Shot is no good. Leitner comes away with an offensive rebound. And we will have another foul. This one on number 11, Kate Bryant. Tigers. The Tigers getting some coaching from the sideline by an enthusiastic fan. It's Wellsboro's fourth foul, so they are over the limit. Mansfield will shoot any fouls the rest of the way. Reagan Watkins found all alone, just kind of waltzed her way through the lane. And Dominic found her, and then Number 13, Addie France, fouled her. That'll be the second on France. Watkins to the line to shoot 2. First is good. Extends the Tiger League back to 14. Minute 12 to play. Both teams in the bonus. Possession arrow in favor of Mansfield. Watkins seconds, rattles out. Mansfield fight for the ball here. We're going to have a jump ball. Ball will stay with Mansfield with a minute 9 to play. 14-point lead for the Tigers. In those situations, you just want to get the ball in bounds. Get it in bounds. Maybe run a little clock here. Again, they find Watkins all alone. They lost their assignment. Good find by Dominic. Good set by Mansfield, and Watkins finishes the rim, puts Mansfield up by 16, under a minute to play. Brandenburg trying to break Shaw down up front. Dominic with a deflection, nearly comes away with a steal. Wellsboro will get the ball on the baseline. In the corner, tough spot to be. I'm going to force you to the one side of the floor. Wellsboro gets it in. Mansfield stays man-to-man. Three from Addie France is no good. She hit those 2 in the second quarter. She's not connected again. Mansfield's ball, 40.7 seconds to go. Again, just want to get it in. Wellsboro will commit the foul. That foul on Addie France, there's third. They're over the limit. So Maddie McNamara, North Penn Mansfield's freshman point guard, to the line. Point guard's a tough position to play regardless of what year you are, but certainly when you're a freshman. Getting thrust in there and just forced to run with it. Maddie good on the first. Playing basketball at Mansfield High School can be a tough thing too, with that state championship banner, Tom McMillan hanging in the corner of the gymnasium. McNamara's second is good as well. So with 30 seconds to play, Mansfield is up by 18. Logsdon puts it on the deck, gets to the basket. Shot's no good, but she does draw the foul. Stops the clock with 22.7 seconds to play. That foul on Cameron Leitner, that'll be Cameron's third. Really, at this point, it's pretty academic. I'm not sure Mansfield could commit enough turnovers or Wellsboro enough makes to change the outcome at this point. Logsdon's first is good. Cuts it to 17. And the second is also good for Logsdon. Cuts it to 16. McNamara will bring the ball across. I think she'll just dance with the ball out front here. Gives it to Leitner. She'll hold. Logsdon comes in close enough to start a count. Under 5 seconds to play now. Ball to McNamara. And McNamara will dribble out the clock. So there we have it on the final horn. Mansfield, a bit of a comeback victory, 41-25 over Wellsboro. I mentioned in the pregame, their previous game, Canton could only muster 13 points in the second half. The Tigers did a little better, holding Wellsboro to just 10 points in the second half. 3 points, all on free throws in the fourth quarter. Great victory for the Mansfield Lady Tigers and their final home game of the 2024-2025 season. Coach McLean has got to be happy with the effort on both ends of the floor for his team. They've come a long way and doing a lot of good stuff. And they will only graduate one starter. Now they'll head out on the road where they're going to have 3 real tough matchups at Athens, always a tough place to play. And again, Athens is well coached and they're a solid basketball team who have very good guards out front. Wyalusing, again, another tough place to play. if nothing else, the long bus ride to get there. It always seems like it's super cold on the way, and then they wrap up on the road at Towanda. But before they get there, no, I got ahead of myself here. They still have one more home game. My bad. Saturday night, so they'll close out on Saturday night their home portion of their schedule. Scoring totals for Wellsboro: Tegan Novinger, number 34, had 1 point for number 14, Lily Wagner. 5 points for Wellsboro's leading scorer, Chloe Brandenburg, averages about 16. They held her to 5. Great job, team defense there. 8 points for Addie France, number 13. And game high score for Wellsboro with 10, senior Paige Logsdon got right to her average. For the Lady Tigers, 6 points for Cameron Leitner, and a whole bunch of rebounds again. 8 points for Maddie McNamara, 8 points for Elena Shaw, 8 points for Reagan Watkins, and game high score for the Lady Tigers and overall with 11 points, sophomore Claire Dominic, who's been on a bit of a scoring tear here their last 3 games. As the sophomore is really kind of finding a rhythm out there on the offensive end of the floor. So great win for the Lady Tigers. Certainly helps their standing for the postseason. You can follow along on PIAAD4.net. The drop-down menus on the left-hand side of that page will take you to the boys basketball standings, rankings, the girls rankings. And again, you can click on any of the teams, gives you a breakdown. You can see their records on the main standings page, but you click on the teams and it'll give you the records. You can see who they've played, what they've scored, and who they have left. So Mansfield takes another step forward towards trying to secure a playoff spot. They control part of their own destiny. Certainly, if they can win out, they'll be in. Well, they can win out, then they are absolutely set. Most likely, they are going to need a little help. South Williamsport and Lyon Mountain, who sit in front of them at 8 and 9, do have some tough matchups coming up, and some tough matchups against some schools in the AA bracket. So a loss there kind of hurts double in terms of the ranking points that you get. So a little scoreboard watching on the part of the Tigers. They control what they can with their play over their next 4, and then hope to get a little help down the line. So we will be back here on Saturday night for the Lady Tigers season finale, the home portion of their season. For the Mansfield boys, they will travel to Wellsboro for a big rivalry game there. Again, they want to continue to win out and roll into the playoffs, into the showdown, into the district playoffs, playing good basketball. So before we go here, again, a congratulations to Cameron Leitner, who collected her 500th career rebound on the night. Great accomplishment for Cameron. So, for Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 and North Penn Mansfield High School's live stream, this is Jim Fair. Thanking you for tuning in this evening. Hopefully you will join us on our next broadcast Saturday night. Have a pleasant evening.